Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Today we're getting to the final part of the special celebration of Hogwarts teachers. You finally celebrate Professor McGonagall at the Teacher Appreciation Celebration. My favourite 3 words ever in this game, I think. To the courtyard. Meet in the courtyard to finish your presentation. Right, so we've got 3 parts left to this one as well. So we'll get to that when we have energy. Give me energy! Right, we are ready to go. Starting chapter 4. Let us begin. I believe I will have an even deeper appreciation of our students after their presentations. Teacher appreciation's almost over. That's when I'll celebrate. I'm nervous about my presentation at the Teacher Appreciation Celebration. Thanks for meeting me, Hagrid. I'm quite happy to be here, though I'm not sure for. Yeah, why did you want to see us, Hunter? I have places to be and spells to learn. I have a feeling this is something to do with the Teacher Appreciation Celebration. Our presentations are coming up quickly. Well, you're right, Penny. I'm trying to figure out what's most important to say about Professor McGonagall. I wanted to go over what I've learned so far and get your opinions on what to feature as well. Sounds brilliant. I'd love to help. I'm not sure you'd agree with my opinion, Hunter. I want to hear from people who will approach the presentation differently, Marilla. And I guess it makes perfect sense that I'm here. But what do you need me for then? You're actually part of the faculty, Hagrid, so of course your opinion matters. Maybe the most. Some reasoning. I'd be happy to give you my opinion then as well. Perfect. Let's discuss. To the discussion. Right. Professor McGonagall has many things to students and colleagues for sure. I'm sure a teacher will want you to be honest and forthright. Professor McGonagall seems quite private, much like Professor Snape. Okay. Professor Snape mentioned Professor McGonagall isn't fond of quitters. Professor McGonagall is many things to his students and colleagues for sure. Oh, he's on repeat. Oh, he's a poor guy. Professor McGonagall seems efficient, so keep it short and we'll all be happy. Professor Dumbledore says Professor McGonagall is wise and trustworthy. It's true. I want to give a well-rounded presentation on Professor McGonagall. Madam Hooch loves Professor McGonagall's competitive spirit. Professor Sprout thinks of Professor McGonagall as a devoted friend. And Professor Quirrell appreciates Professor McGonagall's humanity. And Marilla is also on repeat, as are we. We're all on repeat. Can I skip all the way to the end? Oh, it's close. Very close. Take note. And that is complete success. You certainly learned a lot about your guest of honor for Teacher Appreciation Celebration, Shiny. I agree, Hagrid. But I'm curious what you each think is the most important of the qualities to discuss. Professor McGonagall surely is wise and trustworthy, both important as a teacher. I like that she's competitive and tenacious because I am too. I quite admire that Professor McGonagall is both humane and devoted in all things. That about covers it, and she's all of those things. But what do you think, Shiny? Which of these qualities is most important to you to showcase in your presentation? Wise and trustworthy, competitive and tenacious, humane and devoted. I think, to me, Professor McGonagall's wisdom and her trustworthiness defines who she is. I definitely want to highlight that as it came from Professor Dumbledore, who's a close friend. It's certainly something we admire about Professor McGonagall, a wise choice as well. There you have it, Shiny. You know exactly what you want to say. Can I go back to not caring now? Yes, Marilla, and thanks all. I think I have everything I need to do Professor McGonagall justice with my presentation. I'm sure you do, but the truth is, if you speak from the heart, you can't go wrong. I hope so, because the next time we're all together, we'll be at this celebration, which means it's almost time for a right proper Hogwarts feast. Let's go. To the presentation. Get it. To the presentation after Dumbledore has finished preparing. To the Great Hall for the Teacher Appreciation Celebration. I will miss saying that. Maybe I'll get to say it one more time. Mate, what am I doing? I'm going to get some extra energy. haven't spoken to people. I need to speak to the people. I need to speak to the people. Right. So far, the students have been quite good, though Marula's was so fast might not count. I worry about being away from the library. If I'm gone, who will preserve its quiet sanctity? I don't know. As a muggle feast, it's typical to drink all the champagne, but it gives me a headache. Yeah, I can do that. And that's why I appreciate Professor Snape, because not only is he a brilliant potions master, but he also finds a way to make me smile. So thank you, Professor Snape, for cheering me up always. Yes. Well... What? What? Leave it to Penny to pour sunshine and rainbows over even Snape, the darkest teacher in the lot. I love how we missed everybody else's, but I feel quite pleasant with how that went. Yeah, old Snape looked real happy. This means my presentation must be coming up soon. Oh, you're right. It's almost time, Shiny. Are you nervous? Am I nervous? I used to be quite nervous giving speeches, but I don't get nervous anymore. I get excited. I'm definitely not nervous, even though it's a big responsibility to present on the guest of honour. I've talked to a lot of pressers, spent one-on-one time with Professor McGonagall, and had help with what to say from my friends. That's the confident Shiny I know. Thanks, Penny. You already decided what you're going to highlight. Just remember what Hagrid said and speak from the heart. Okay. And now it's time for a final presentation on the guest of honour, Professor Minerva McGonagall. Mr. Hunter, if you could please join us. I'm not bothered. Let's do this. I'm ready. Thank you, Professor Dumbledore. I'm excited to be doing my presentation on Professor McGonagall. Let's go. Right. I already started this because I assume there will be repetition in my speech. Professor McGonagall is an excellent chess player and shrewd... Oh, you're looking at the wrong thing. I need to stop that. There we go. After graduating Hogwarts, Professor McGonagall joined the Ministry of Magic. I've really enjoyed my time interviewing Professor McGonagall. My subject played Quidditch here at school. Professor McGonagall came to Hogwarts from here in the Highlands. Professor McGonagall is an excellent chess player. And is that all I've got to say? Shrewd opponent. After graduating Hogwarts, Professor McGonagall joined the Ministry of Magic. Oh my god, that's the worst interview ever. Talked over a game of wizard chess. Okay. During her time as Professor McGonagall, a student, Professor McGonagall was prefect and head girl. What's this? To some degree. Our Transfigurations professor is clearly one of the most beloved at Hogwarts. I'm sure there'll be more now. So as you can see, Professor McGonagall had a long list of accomplishments before she even began teaching. And after decades of teaching young wizards and witches at Hogwarts, Professor McGonagall's made many friends, and also fans in both her colleagues and students. But what I found most compelling about the professor is how wise she is, and how much everyone I spoke to trusted her implicitly with our very minds and our hearts. These are qualities that any witch or wizard would be lucky to emulate, and I hope someday I can even have a shred of our guest of honour's wisdom and well-earned respect. Well said. We all would be lucky to have that. There's few we can trust more than my former student and colleague, and I'm glad you took that to heart. I think Shiny is doing brilliantly. Was there something else you'd like to add, Mr. Hunter? Just that teachers like Professor McGonagall matter, and not just for the subjects they teach, but because they choose to educate and prepare us for a challenging and ever-changing world. At Hogwarts, our home away from home, our teachers are more than just educators, they're also our family. Professor McGonagall, from now on I will call you Mother. Mother McGonagall! So thanks to all our teachers, and especially to Professor McGonagall on this anniversary. Hear, hear. That went down pretty well. She's smiling. She's smiling. Well done, Mr. Hunter. Yes, that was quite the celebration of our friend. You clearly got to know our esteemed colleague well. You do research so well, perhaps someday you should go on a quest for knowledge. Wow, thanks. I really appreciate all the encouragement and kind words. Now let us join the feast. Let's. Mr. Hunter, I must second my colleague's sentiment, and thank you for your lovely presentation on me, and for what you said about all your teachers. Of course, Professor, I hoped you'd feel it would do you justice. It most certainly did, but let's not fish for more compliments. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it if I didn't. I'd simply be polite, and then help myself to some butterbeer. I have to admit it, I'm relieved that I'm done with it all. But you're not done yet. We still have our wizard chess game. I'll see you soon to finish it. To the chess game? Or do we have to wait? Don't make us wait, McGonagall. Don't make us wait, McGonagall. Don't make us wait, McGonagall. Join me in the Transfiguration classroom to finish our chess game. Thank you, McGonagall. Finish your chess game. I can hardly believe this is our last wizard chess session, Professor McGonagall. Indeed it is, and I was happy to see you get out of check when you were in when we last met. I have to thank you for giving me such a unique experience while preparing for my presentation. None of the other students got to play chess with the teacher they were interviewing. I'm glad you enjoyed our game. You've conducted yourself in a manner I appreciate in our time together. I especially like that you focused on your presentation on values I truly respect, such as wisdom and trust. I was only saying what I heard from others and saw myself. Professor, you're all that and more. Still, you exhibited a deep appreciation and respect for all teachers as well, which may have been my favourite part of the presentation. But I'm curious, what was your favourite part of this experience? Our talks, talking to all the professors, the wizard chess. I think our talks, we don't even often get this much one-on-one time with our professors, especially not with you. It was a real pleasure. It's very kind of you to say. Though I must admit it, I'd like to hear about your interactions with other teachers as well. I'd be happy to tell you all about them. Whilst I beat you. Madam Hooch is obsessed with that infamous Quidditch Cup match. Obsessed. Professor Quirrell appreciated your help when he was a student himself. Professor Sprout talked about your friendship as students here at Hogwarts. Professor Dumbledore thought it was a privilege to teach you and work with you. Professor Snape wanted to be sure I put forward my best in the presentation. Madam Hooch is we know. Professor Snape is brilliant and complex. Professor Sprout is kind and nurturing, a true friend. Professor Quirrell has much potential, but also much darkness potential. Much dark potential. Madam Hooch and I can laugh about the Quidditch. We'll have a row about it too. The headmaster has my utmost respect and dedication. Okay, we're on repeat. Come on, do we have enough? Oh, we've got plenty of energy. I think we got enough to make this. Oh yeah. Agree. Take note. This is how you make it through a 3-hour class. No problem. Come on. Yeah, 13 left. I didn't even need to do the extra missions I did. The dueling and Quidditch match to get an extra 4 energy each. It seems your friends and fellow teachers appreciate you as much as you appreciate them. Yes, that's true, and I'm very grateful for that, and for the celebration Professor Dumbledore organised. Though I realise I don't make the interview process entirely easy on you. Did make it. Like you once said, nothing in life worth earning comes easily. Still, I've been thinking about it, and perhaps there's a reason. What is it, Professor? I lost someone very dear to me not long ago, and so talking about my past felt especially difficult. I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you. And although I wouldn't normally share information of a personal nature with a student, I know you too have suffered loss in life, and yet you keep on going. That's why I wanted you to understand. There's no perfect plan for our journeys. In life, as in chess, you must be ready to change and adapt. How do you mean? Well, when your brother first disappeared, you changed. When you came to Hogwarts, you had to grow. Even in our interviews, you had to find new ways to learn because of obstacles you didn't expect. That's true. So you see, it's not the plans you make in chess or in life, or even whether you win or lose. It's how you move forward from the game and take those lessons to the next one that matters the most. Thanks, Professor. I'll remember that. Good, because it's time for you to make your next move, in this game at least. What will it be? Knight to h3. Checkmate. Oh. Wait, I'm in checkmate. You won, Professor. This time, you'll have many others. And to that end, I'd like to give you something. One of my very own wizard chessboards, considered a memento of our time together. It's incredible. Penny loaned me her board, but the board I'm giving you will be yours to keep, and it will remind you of this match and our time together. I don't know what to say. Say nothing. You were a worthy opponent. You earned it. Thank you, Professor. But don't you need your chessboards? Don't worry about me. I have another, and I expect we'll both find clever ways to use our chessboards, to the benefit of ourselves, and perhaps even to the benefit of Hogwarts in the future. Complete! Special celebration of Hogwarts teachers is done, and we got a chessboard as a reward. Nice, right? Right, if we go to our dormitory now, we'll probably be able to find a little chessboard sitting there. Cool, and it gives us gems. That's cool. I don't know why I took that. Should have saved that for later. Okay, well that's all for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I enjoyed getting to know the teachers a little bit more, getting to know Professor McGonagall, having a little quality one-on-one time. Hopefully you guys did too. If you did, please leave a like on the video. It always helps the channel out. Hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with future content. That is all from me. See you guys soon.